Hey everyone. Before we get started today, just a short plug for your local public library because it is so much more than just books. They have free events and workshops, museum passes, streaming services, and programs for all ages. There really is something for everyone. So if you don't have a library card, or if you're not sure if you do, go buy and grab one. It's free, it's easy, and it opens the door to a world of resources right here in your community. Now, with that being said, let's talk about our English mini lesson for this week, dystopian literature. Before we get too deep into the examples of dystopian literature, it makes sense to define dystopia to help to give you a better understanding of what you can expect from this genre. A dystopia is an unpleasant, typically repressive society that is often propagandized as being utopian. So, the opposite of dystopia is utopia. A utopia is an imagined community or society that possesses highly desirable or nearly perfect qualities for its citizens. Unfortunately, the characters that we are about to meet are not living the lifestyle of a utopian society. Also, quick note, don't worry, each synopsis is completely spoiler free. I hope that if you haven't picked these books up yet, this will make you want to run to your bookstore or to your local public library.
Hello, and welcome to the English mini lesson. Some of you may be watching on YouTube. Some of you may be listening on a podcast. And some of you may be subscribed to my Substack. Whichever way you got here, I'm happy you are here. 3 quick housekeeping items we will go over each time. Number 1, be prepared. If you are listening on the podcast, grab a notebook so you can take notes. If you are watching the stream, you can take notes or even screenshots. Number 2, pay attention. These mini lessons are meant to be just that, mini. They are not long and drawn out, so put the other devices away and pay attention to the lesson we are about to go over. If you are a paid subscriber to the Substack, you can ask any questions about today's lesson in the chat and submit your review answers in there as well. Number 3, this is quite possibly the most important message. You are the captain of your own learning. You only get out what you put into your education, but no one can ever take your learning away from you. Showcase your knowledge on this subject by completing the practice questions at the end. And as always, enjoy today's mini lesson.
The Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins is set in a future world where society is divided into different districts controlled by a powerful government. The story follows our young protagonist who lives in one of these districts, facing difficult challenges that test her courage, intelligence, and sense of justice. The world she lives in is harsh, and the people need to navigate complex rules and dangers to survive. Katniss is our main character, and we watch as she grows and changes as she encounters new experiences and meets a variety of characters with different backgrounds and motivations. These books demonstrate themes of friendship, loyalty, and standing up for what is right. Each of these themes plays a role in Katniss's journey. The story also explores how people respond to power, control, and unfair systems. The trilogy offers an exciting mix of action, adventure, heartbreak, loss, and thought-provoking ideas that encourage readers to think about society and the impact of choices. It's a compelling story about resilience and hope in the face of adversity, making it a popular and meaningful read for both students and adults. Another popular series, the Divergent series by Veronica Roth, is set in post apocalyptic Chicago, where society has been divided into 5 factions or groups based on different values and ways of living. This unique setup is meant to rid citizens of free will and hopefully stop the threat to the population's security. The story follows a young protagonist, Triss, short for Beatrice, who must discover where she belongs while facing challenges that test her identity, bravery, and beliefs. As Triss navigates this divided world, she begins to uncover secrets and face difficult decisions that will ultimately shape her future. Like the Hunger Games trilogy, the Divergent series explores themes of individuality, courage, and standing up against unfair systems. Both stories show young characters confronting powerful sources that control their lives while highlighting the importance of friendship, trust, and making choices that define who they are. These shared themes encourage readers to think critically about society and the impact of power and control. Together, the Divergent and Hunger Games series offer thrilling adventures and deep ideas about resilience and hope. Both series challenge readers to imagine what it must mean to fight for freedom and justice, making them popular choices for students interested in stories and courage and change, but also for adults too. Now, one of the most famous books of this genre is 1984 by George Orwell. This book is set in Great Britain, which is now known as Airstrip 1, Oceania. It takes place in an imagined future of 1984. The book was originally written in 1949. The leader of the party is Big Brother, and Big Brother is always watching over its citizens. The protagonist, Winston Smith, is a diligent and skillful rank and file worker and party member who secretly hates the party and dreams of rebellion. He enters into a forbidden relationship with a coworker, Julia. And so many terms have come from this novel. Big Brother. Big Brother is the symbol of power and represents the party's absolute power and control over all aspects of life. There's propaganda and surveillance. Posters are featuring his image, and the slogan, Big Brother is watching you, are everywhere. And it reminds citizens that they're closely being monitored at all times. There are telescreens. These are two-way televisions, not too different from Zoom, which is how I'm recording right now. And it allows the party to observe citizens, reinforcing, again, feelings of always being watched. There is fear and conformity, the fear of being apprehended by the thought police, who can even punish you for thought crimes, making citizens, again, conform to this party ideology. It was really inspiration for real world terms. The term Big Brother has become widely used as a metaphor for excessive government surveillance and control. Then we have doublethink. This is the act of simultaneously accepting two mutually contradictory beliefs as correct, often in distinct social contexts. So, according to 1984 by George Orwell, doublethink is this, and this is a quote: to know and not know, to be conscious of complete truthfulness while telling carefully constructed lies, to hold simultaneously two opinions which canceled out, knowing them to be contradictory and believing in both of them, to use logic against logic, to repudiate morality while laying claim to it, to believe that democracy was impossible and that the party was the guardian of democracy, to forget whatever it was necessary to forget, then to draw it back into memory again at the moment when it was needed, and then promptly to forget it again. And above all, to apply the same process to the process itself. That was the ultimate subtlety, consciously to induce unconsciousness. And then, once again, to become unconscious of the act of hypnosis you had just performed. Even to understand the word doublethink involved the use of doublethink. And finally, I don't like to pick favorites, but if I did, it would be Fahrenheit 451. I have lost count of how many times that I have read this book since the first time I picked it up. Fahrenheit 451 is set in this future society where books are banned and firemen burn anything and any books that are found. So this story follows a firefighter, Guy Montag, who begins to question the rules he's lived by and starts to seek knowledge and truth in this world that just discourages independent thinking. As he explores new ideas, he faces conflicts between conformity and freedom. The novel explores themes like censorship, the power of knowledge, and the importance of critical thinking. It challenges readers to consider what happens when people stop questioning the world around them and just accept this control without resistance. Fahrenheit 451 is a powerful and thought provoking story about the value of literature and free expression, making it a meaningful read for both students interested in social justice and the impact of these ideas on society itself. But if you are an adult who has not picked up this book, please do. And now for our practice work for today. Please answer the following questions. Number one, why is Fahrenheit 451 named this? What is the meaning behind that title? Number two, based on what you have learned today, which of these stories would be considered dystopian literature? Research any title you may not be familiar with. A, The Handmaid's Tale. B, Harry Potter. C, The Fault in Our Stars. You can post your answers in the chat and get feedback.
Subscribers to the Substack can submit their answers and questions into the chat. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com, Shannon McNamara, and watch English in a Minute on TikTok at UDaleNisa.